Yes, humble them. A good evening, a good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever on a day. Afumami no piari second one. Monday siagbele aua auyena. Today, I can discuss a topic where I know say a lot of people go sing for one for challenge. And they can discuss a topic where a lot of people go think, say, oh, but well, what you make it? They can't talk about that now. They don't do tripartite. They wait for this. ECOWAS, they come. International community, they come. I want to make this point clear to Sierra Leoneans that the solution to Sierra Leone's problem can only be honestly undertaken by Sierra Leoneans. And he repeats this word. The solution to Sierra Leone's problems can only be honestly undertaken by Sierra Leoneans. Why I repeat the word honestly? If we're not honest about how we want we country for go, we go always dey pan sonko. We go always dey pan hala. We go always dey pan cause and effect. Some of we, by age, we were born before Sierra Leone got independence. We don't live through all the decades. We don't take part in what you get for take part in. As a matter of fact, me when they talk to now, I spend all my life in Sierra Leone working in the public sector. And I work in a company. If I get any private business for do, but most of my life now be in the public sector. That is, I work within that administrative unit what they call the government of Sierra Leone. So that puts me in a position for understand that society and understand the social psychology, the political culture, and all other things where they limit with development. We country don't get several opportunities for make we straighten things so that we will go in the right direction. But it's like we not get the emotional and social intelligence. I go put on so. We not get the willpower for say, let we make this place for we all. We always get the intention for look at waiting our own personal immediate benefits. Most of we would join political parties or whatever I wanna call them, because for me, they are just clubs. They don't have ideology. They don't get any sustainable structure. We join political parties not because we get a belief in the land that we are born, but because we believe, say, if we belong to a clan or a clique or a cabal, or whatever you choose for column, we make we able to get benefit from the resources of the country. And most of we they join them clubs here without to not even try for know the potentials where we country get. We they join them clubs here without to not even try for know the capacity where country gets. We they join them clubs here without to not try for know the risks we involve with the country. And so therefore, we all they go into politics for selfish reason, and at the end of the day, will they create so much trouble that we think say the only way we can solve them troubles here now by creating chaos and confusion. Now I make propaganda, lies, gaslighting, evil plans for derail other people, even to the extent of getting to kill some people, always there as part of a political agenda. When this whole problem starts, after the June elections, where there can be 2 years in a few days, I was invited to a platform where Shaba, I got in Shaba in Leone. They all don't go quiet now, I don't know why. I was here, I'm up on music promotion. And on board that platform, you can get Mohamed Bangura, you can get CS Mambu, you get this fellow, they call himself Iron Goose or whatever he call himself, Kuruma. And I did come out to say, with this confusion we don't be in Sierra Leone, the best way forward for Sierra Leone is a government of national unity. That statement was not a guesswork. It was a categorical statement from me, Mohamed Boy Jallo Jamboria, because I understand the cultural, the political, and social dynamics in Sierra Leone. And I believe, say, we don't reach the term for make we take the bull by the horn, for make we get a country, we go get a culture that everybody understand, and we go take we forward as a people. There are other countries in Africa who have made the same mistakes. Some have had to go through several military regimes, several. Some almost go to war. Some then go to war. But after it all, then sit down and say, how are we going to carve a country where everybody go believe say in a part of? How are we going to carve a country where everybody go able for using talent for make it be a contributor? You see, a country, not to the police force and the army, just like people and they talk, we not get policy, we institutions not they work, we systems not they work. All of those are not self-moving bodies. Not to things that way they control themselves. Now the minds of the people were the inside the institutions. Now the minds of the people were wear the military uniform, the police uniform. The minds of the people were sit down at parliament. The minds of the people were sit down as ministers and head of state. Now they make the country. In Sierra Leone, there is nothing like a national mentality. Nothing other than Sierra Leone. We go say, this now is Sierra Leonean way of thinking. You know, they therefore fool we self. Whatever we have as a way of thinking, it's either imported from the Arabs, we call them Islamic tradition, or from Europe, we call them European tradition, etc., etc. But we own ways of thinking, we don't take them, we throw them to the dogs. Sierra Leone since independence, not sit down, forget a roadmap we go say, this now is social policy, this now we economic policy, this now we cultural policy, this now we political policy. Then do a summary in we constitution in the first 3 chapters. We for cover the areas there. But when you look all of them, they are borrowed. They are borrowed, not a reflection of Sierra Leone. And this is the problem. We want to be somebody else whilst we are somebody different. If we get to take our country forward, we need time for sit-down. Now look at all them things here. Not only for Guala, I don't think election. Well, international community has a limited capacity to make change happen. Because one, with sovereignty, they not get for interfere with them. Two, they not get for impose them culture power. They not get for impose them political will power. So it's time we sit down to ourselves. Now we ask ourselves. We get 18 different languages in Sierra Leone because we know they call them tribes. They refuse to call them tribes. And they refuse to call them tribes because of reason where I don't prove, say, we don't have tribes in Sierra Leone. We have different linguistic traditions. We not get 2 cultures in Sierra Leone, 1 culture. If any culture there were different from Sierra Leone culture, now recent culture. A recent one would import. But the Sierra Leonean as it is, or the Sierra Leone as it is, the 1 culture we get. So if we get issues, if we're able to sit down, now we look at what thing we know they do right, where they make alter, where they get issues. Even in the home, if you then at home, things now they work, they fine. Alter you and your partner, now they make problem. Alter the pikin and get problem. The best you can do as a responsible and intelligent person, and for take time out, call the family, say, oh, now, Lord, can sit down. Let we examine what thing they make this happen, what thing they make this happen. When you call the family, say, Lord, can sit down, they'll discuss. You are doing what you can call a national or a home unification, bringing people together so that everybody will express what he wish, everybody will express in grievance, then everybody will get satisfaction from the agreement owner they reach. But if we say we'll not do that, because we think, say, we political parties them big pass Sierra Leone, we think, say, the laws them will make, we only get for trigger them when we feel, say, it is to our advantage, then Sierra Leone has to prepare for something worse than the 10 years war. Because we are going there. The signs are there. Now left hypocrites. What has happened in Sierra Leone between 2018 and now? It points to one fact. If Sierra Leone get for deteriorate into a crisis, it will be a bloody one. And I want to wait for, say, God, when you have the ability to stop it. And that's what I wait for blame God and lie on God, when we have the ability to stop it now. When the war been reaching highest peak, and there was little or no solutions, what did they do? They went to Leone and come to an agreement. They say, Let we get, even though them guys here, now they don't eat fat, they don't cause mayhem, but let's get away, we can incorporate them, let we all work together. And they had an agreement on the government of national unity incorporating the RAF. Although that get fulfilled later, whichever reason, I don't know, because I was not there then. I was not in Sierra Leone. But that relationship after the Lome Peace Accord was a government of national unity. And I believe, say, it will go a long way for help stabilize. Only that it not go the full length because there was dishonesty behind the whole thing. All the parties were dishonest to each other. Do we want to keep repeating the same mistakes in Sierra Leone? Are we responsible people? For make we go the run round circle, we not go before. What will generations yet unborn say about us? They'll begin to ask yourself that question there. And the other thing we get for talk to Sierra Leoneans about, yes, we may say we have political parties, we have elected officials, we have a government in place, whether they were elected or stole elections. But the fact of the situation is, the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Chapter 2, Section 5, is clear that sovereignty belongs to the people and that the authority and whatever politicians get is derived from the mandate of the people. It's high time the people then begin to take responsibility, because one of the things we hold way back in Sierra Leone is that people think their only responsibility is to praise a politician, clap for them, go to political meetings, after which, then come for election, then go vote. Then come for dance, then dance. Beyond that, no to them business. My dear people, you have more to do after you have elected people than even before electing them. In this country, what they every day people then they engage the politicians, then they debate with them, then they tell them, say this thing are so want them, not to so want them. We no need for sit down wait, for jump na treat, for go cause and effect. Even with people them, first time they may get a way where then they sit down, then discuss the issues with them, then the leaders. We left all down there. Today, I can't look at the reason why I say a transitional government of national unity now the only safe path for Sierra Leone. And I know they can't talk, then say, I go give you all the reasons. And anybody who get question for ask, feel free for ask. Because I am sitting here, not talking as a politician, but as a Sierra Leonean. And I believe, say, Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. Don't therefore joke with we country. First and foremost, why I believe, say, a government of national unity are the way forward for we. That will be the first thing I would address. And for make I address that properly, I don't prepare some slides where I go show now. And I just be patient a bit. Yeah? Just be patient. Let open the slides here. Let us see. I'm not using this one. Okay. Some of we not go sit down, let's alone go sign off or go. Why I believe say we need a government of national unity. Legally, it will be very difficult for justify. It will be justified if the political parties they all agree, then they take on to parliament. But there is a proviso that we can use for ask for a government of national unity. That proviso a day, and I never use at the time of that Lome peace accord, we then get for force the government of national unity after an election had been done. The proviso then call them the doctrine of necessity. And before I go into the other issues, I want to explain this doctrine of necessity. So I go put down this slide. I take this other one up. Today, I do the teacher work because I not just the talk. I am concerned about what is happening in Sierra Leone. The kind of mayhem, but I don't begin see that country. We have to be careful. We have to find a way for make we find a path forward. What's in the doctrine of necessity and how we can apply them in Sierra Leone? I just put this down. After, no, I think I'm sharing the loans. Yes, what is the doctrine of? This principle will they apply them in extraordinary situations. What's in an extraordinary situation? A situation who say governance not seem for be stable. And if we want to be honest with ourselves, not only a fool go say governance is stable in Sierra Leone presently. Instability, not to weapons or fighting. Instability, they come in several ways. And we see them every day. Every day, we get something bad for talk about what's in the happen in Sierra Leone. That in itself is instability. So Sierra Leone is living through extraordinary situation. Economically, politically, socially, everything is in disarray. And we see this don't heighten since after the 2023 elections. So this justifies if we think about a government of national unity, a transitional government of national unity. Why transitional? Because that government, when they can form, then they give them a mandate for do certain things. We go put together the framework, the conditions, the legal instruments and everything. We go make we country not ever go back to this kind of condition. Well, some people may want to ask, what about the tripartite recommendation? The tripartite recommendation can only be properly implemented by a transitional government. That will left for full self. Those recommendations then go cut and short, and we don't see that don't begin happen. Tripartite not done in Woket without a re-announcement of new districts and the division of Freetown City into two. That they tell you, say, the tripartite will never be properly implemented. That they tell you that. So now left for blindfold we say, now try take the bull by the horn. Nobody is taking power from nobody. It's only that we need forget a situation outside the playing field, therefore be level, so that after now, would I win election, we not go to go and draw, cause, fet, kill innocent people. And after the other side of the situation is, when we don't do all this arrangement and don't get all the things in place, anybody who they elect now will be responsible enough not for take the people for granted. Anybody who they elect now, he will do in duty according to how he for do them. You know, go see them, then they go bring drugs for kill the young generation we now we need for build the future. If you see Europe, they holler, but a drug baron, we go sit down a salon, they know why then they do them, because then they look at the safety of the young population. We will not care, because to we, everything a God mark. Everything we blame God. God get patience with we. That's not the first thing I want to explain, the legal side, the implications. The justification, of course, I don't go through some of them. This is just a temporary extra legal action to preserve order, and not only order, but to institute change that is sustainable. Number three, the doctrine of necessity has to be necessary, proportional, and temporary. Yes, I can defend that. As Sierra Leone's, with all these ethnic issues where they go on, now even in the diaspora, people are dividing themselves into ethnic groups. People are dividing themselves into political parties based on ethnic affiliation. Don't we see an ethnic war building up? Don't we see that? Or one side feels they then get the upper hand because God elect them past the other side. We have to face the realities of the situation and don't wait for disaster in Sierra Leone. We have to face the reality of the situation because we owe the obligation to we picking them. That 10-year war, it destroyed a lot of children because it destroyed a lot of families. It destroyed a lot of livelihoods. They like today, people them, they would suffer, we don't ever get for grab again as well. The trauma, without what they cause, it is for every Sierra Leonean. It affects we picking them. Now, one of the reasons will make them they go into drugs. So we get serious because there is a proportional need for make we sit down and say, how can we sit and arrange so that everybody could feel say in a part of the society, nobody not ever get for go a bush or go create confusion or make coup or whatever. Another thing they justify the necessity of this, since after the war end, the recommendations of the TRC, and I ever see them for say, now look at this, how we implement them. Because that TRC then give you all the reasons for the war, they make certain recommendations. But what you they see now a repeat of them. And Conflicts, nothing that would develop stage by stage. We don't see the preliminaries of a conflict in 2023. Now, we see even at internal political party issues, conflicts building up. Don't we see that we have a necessity to sit down and map a road for peace and map the rules them? We go say, this is how we go. Anybody who go against this, he will face the law. Don't we see that? If I can continue on this issue of doctrine of necessity, now look at the 2023 elections. This is not the triggering crisis. This is not the main cause will create the necessity. With people they not agree with the results. The Tripartite Committee will then form for review the process. We don't know it entail. We know say some don't begin implement, but how far and how effective we don't know. Like for example, they don't say they don't done with the electoral reforms. That's the biggest joke. How can you say you've finished the electoral reforms when, as a matter of fact, the people who caused the trouble are still there in the Electoral Commission? As I say in the beginning, not to the institution they make himself, not to they run himself, not to the home they run himself, not to the states they run himself, now the people then they run the institutions, yeah. So if people will been cause trouble, una not put and say for change them, then still they una say una don't do reforms. Which reforms? Have you reformed the mentality of those who are running the institutions? Or una think say that rule una make go stop them? The Constitution, when are the highest legal document, people then they break them. They don't break times. Now, recommendations, now they not go break. We get for left for be jokers na Sierra Leone. We really get for left for be jokers na Sierra Leone. We get for begin take Sierra Leone seriously. There is a need for us to have a government of national unity based on this doctrine of necessity. This new districts, the way they don't create, what you don't do, you don't undermine any reform where they want to take. Because they announce them without consensus or consultation. They not consult nobody, they just do it. This is a passive manipulation for make them go gerrymander the next election. And this don't totally undermine the Tripartite Committee in credibility. So that proves the previous point where they say there is a necessity. You don't prove them. You don't prove them. Now we come to the main issue. Failure since the Civil War. TRC recommendations have not been implemented. Reparations and justice for victims are lacking. Political and ethnic division, they persist. So we have all these justifications for make we invoke this doctrine of necessity and get with Parliament for take action for make we get a government of national unity. Coming to the security issues and regional instability, this are not going to talk much about them because we know why Sierra Leone needs this doctrine now. The governance is in paralysis and there is national disunity. Anybody who deny this, you're not honest. You're very dishonest. With governance, then paralysis, it paralyzes, and national disunity, they and not only in Sierra Leone, the outside Sierra Leone. With elections, they at risk. APC, then the Gladi, they form themselves into groups. The all man they be flag bearer. Una no know nothing. They will go into the next election with this kind of setup. Rather be the regular election, he put in soldier and in thug and a treat. This now the applications where they propose. That we freeze all controversial administrative changes. That is the new districts and this and that. Establish interim reform focused government. Begin look at how to implement the TRC and electoral reforms. Get nationally inclusive dialogue. With people them, let them they sit down and talk to themselves. That we find a way not to pass them go call conference now been to money. That people then get a way for sit down talk to themselves. That we use institutions them order establish for make we create national dialogue. Like this youth service can be an instrument for create national dialogue. Get youths, let them go all over the country. Would I come out in the country? Let go to the north. Would I come on at the north, go to the south? Let them sit down amongst themselves with different people. Let them talk, let them get ideas. That will take this temper down about SLPP APC. That will take the tempers down. That will talk about Sierra Leone. That will deal with Sierra Leone. If we're not ready for do that, we're not prepare for genocide. If anybody is afraid for tell una, me not afraid for tell una. Because the way Sierra Leone they go, Sierra Leone is on the path to a genocide. And whoever they deny them, you are either a moron or you're a hypocrite. Would they deny that? You are either a moron or you're a hypocrite. And me not to any of them. And for me, Sierra Leone is above all of us. Now, I will go to the next aspect of what I want to talk about today. The justification for get a government of national unity. And I just patient with me small, yeah? Now, I'll come back to that. Why I think say we need to get a government of national unity. I don't talk about the first point. What are the things them all go do for get a government of national unity? I don't try to explain this doctrine of necessity because it's very important. Let people understand what it means. Number two, we need certain legal responses in times of national crisis. And as I say, Sierra Leone is in a national crisis. Let us stop being hypocrites. Sierra Leone is in a national crisis. It's in a national crisis. Things don't happen overnight. Things they grow from one stage to another. And for some of we don't see that growth don't begin. If we want to save Sierra Leone, this is the best time to talk to ourselves as a nation, to talk to ourselves as a people, and say, okay, then we get parliament, then do the needful procedures, they'll get a government of national unity. Then they'll decide on the composition. And that composition should be inclusive of every political party registered in Sierra Leone. That's why it is going to be a transitional national unity government. It should be inclusive. Because the need for preserve with state and constitutional order day. And the constitutional order require we for allow every political party for participate, not to pass they elect them, then get seats in a parliament. In this country where there are 24 political parties, not to all of them get seats in a parliament, but all of them get a voice when it comes to governance. When they talk, then they listen to them. When they say, now this we think so for do, then they listen to them, then they find out, then they take action. So as I say, let we get this thing, let we begin discuss them, let we see how we can get parliament for enact this thing. And this, the owners of them, it come out from those who are in power, we feel say, now then they govern. The owners of it comes from you people. If you are genuine about governance and not taking Sierra Leone to a crisis, this is the time for you to show it. Not for they say, can't sit down, they talk lie to we have done this, we have done that. If you are genuine, this is the time you take a bold step. And I assure you, if you take this bold step and get things done properly, you have built a legacy for your party. We say Leonians go always honor. But if una think say, na kuku jumuku, na if we continue, some of we, when the day reach, when trouble reach in Sierra Leone, we not go take kindly to that. We not go take kindly to that too. Don't say you were not told. Sierra Leone belongs to 8 million people. And that is clearly spelled out in the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Sovereignty belongs to the people. This is the time for you to act like men and women. That we look at what you get for look at, that will make Sierra Leone into a state that will be self-sustaining. That will make Sierra Leone into a place where everybody who born in Sierra Leone go be proud for thee. Nobody know they take power from una. Only that we need for do them right. But we do them right after the transitional government, if they conduct elections, it's possible say una they win. Because people will say, these guys did something that created the conditions for us to come to this level. But until una no get foresight, una na short sight una name, so una try. The ethical justifications for this transitional government of national unity, I they show so. Promotion of peace and preventing harm. Duty to prevent violence and uphold dignity. Justice and fairness. Inclusive mechanism, level political playing field. This, I think, now I don't say over and over from where I start today. Now, to the last part. A transitional government of national unity is both a legal and a moral imperative in the face of the democratic crisis we see in the face. 2, they offer peaceful, lawful, and ethical pathways for restored legitimacy and trust. I will repeat this one. They offer a peaceful, lawful, and ethical pathway for restore legitimacy and trust. Because then 2 things here, they don't lost in Sierra Leone since after the 2023 elections. So, over to you, my people. The ball is in your court. You roll it. the way you want. If you don't roll it, be ready for the consequences, because you are building the consequences right now. And that is what some of us want to stop, to nip it in the bud. Sierra Leone, don't become too violent for in comfort. Sierra Leone, don't become too tribalized for in comfort. If people are refusing to accept this, then Sierra Leone is a nation of hypocrites. But if we're accepting it, let us look at how we can form a government of transitional national unity. We sit down, we look with constitution, we look with electoral laws, we look all the things that we want for look at. We say, okay, let us have this implemented by this group. But in the process, let's go talk to the people, them, get their own views, let them say, okay, we try them, and so we see them, they govern, but and so we'll let them govern. Because that's all matter. That's all matter. Now I make we need this transitional period. We're not go past maybe 3 years. Let the people then decide, see, this is how we want to be governed. This is how we want economic participation in the state for B. This is how we want land laws them for B. So we say go they get benefit from land, etc., etc. All those things will be put. It's not only about recommending political reforms. Recommending political reforms when the economic infrastructure is not in place is nonsense. It's a waste of time. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the laws, but if the people don't have bread to eat, they become criminals. Yes, the state can be a contributor to creating criminals by the economic policies what the state they follow. We go for look at all them things here, and we say, okay, now we've done this, let us go into elections. Who wins will rule in the new Sierra Leone. And not to Sierra Leone no more, this to happen. No. Countries then in Africa who don't do them. Kenya did it, Zimbabwe did it, a lot of countries they don't do them. Where they may get crisis. They had to look at what to do and how to do it so that they will go away from that crisis. Kenya, as a matter of fact, during that time where they mean they had the 2008, 2009, 10 issue, they almost went into an ethnic war. So they had to take the bold decision. Say, okay, now we not allow, now we reach this point. Let us do this, do this, do this. Then get a lot of international assistance. They themselves sat down and talked to each other. Uhuru Kenyatta, this other man waiting in himself, the other political candidates, they all sat down. They mapped out something where they work for Kenya, they like today. We can do the same in Sierra Leone. We can do the same. We don't have to wait for an outsider to come dictate to us. We can do the same. We can do the same if we are ready. If we are not ready, maybe trouble will teach us to do the same. Let me take a brief break. I'll come back soon.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, We decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it. What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.
Okay, I'm back. So, as I say, we need to take this seriously and consider the future of Sierra Leone is now or never. We have to build a situation whereby we will build trust, we will build credibility, we will build direct and participatory democracy, we will involve everybody. It no matter which language the person they talk, it no matter which party they support, it no matter anything. It matter that we come together and see how we can map the way forward. Let me go now to some of the comments. Mr. John Adams. He said, given the primitive nature of the politics in Sierra Leone, I'm afraid the government of national unity is not going to be doable. This current breed of politicians is inimical to progress. Yes, they are. But we have made them what they are. Mr. John Adams, is because Sierra Leoneans think the politician is the master. I make them they misbehave in Sierra Leone. The Constitution of Sierra Leone, Chapter 2, Section 5, A and B, clearly define who has power. America, Donald Trump don't do everything, but the people then they use their constitutional power. The people of Sierra Leone are partly responsible for everything going on in Sierra Leone because then they connive with the politicians. The people have been made into dependents. We never try for teach with people and say, then for able will be self-reliant. So what you know then do? Oh, this now party for they be we get a religious mentality to politics. And that's why things are not working. But I'm sure if we have this national unity arrangement, we get sober-minded people then for come from the international community and assist we, especially from African countries where we don't get previous experiences, we're able to solve them problem. I believe, say, if we listen to them, we follow them, we go able to solve a problem. I agree with you to some extent what you say. I agree with you. But I want also to accept, say, now we responsible with the people. We sit down full and full foot. The institutions, them, who for pressure politicians, let them behave properly, they are more political than the political parties. The one who they call civil society. This time, let us look at how we can form pressure groups, pressure movements. We go force the political class for behave accordingly. Because these guys have been misbehaving since Jesus was a boy. Not until now we begin. Madabio, it just take advantage of a culture we meet, a political culture. But this culture had been on. Even before independence, it had been there. We are a people who are bullies. We like to bully each other. Now, we don't reach this stage, we don't bully ourselves, nothing not the work. So can't we learn from that? If we get to learn from that, can't we focus on forming pressure groups without being affiliated to a political party? Because this now will be other crisis we'll get. All the civil societies, them will be there, they think now, the few what they talk now, they are more political. This is part of the problem. The people are part of the problem. So we need not only a government, a transitional government, we need a period of re-education. Sierra Leoneans need re-education. A lot of things we'll believe in, a lot of things will they perceive, a lot of things will they shape our attitudes, they're not good for we. They're not good for we at all. We get to accept that first and foremost. We get to put Sierra Leone above we partisan interest, we personal interest. One thing where I think so we need to get clear. If we all work for make Sierra Leone a prosperous country, the fact that prosperity they reign at the country, it is spill over to everybody. Even in the most capitalistic country, America, when things were working properly, anybody who go America, if they get job, if they able to buy house, if they buy motor car, if they live that basic life, which we call the American dream. So man go work, take a chance, he get sababu, he make wealth. Even in the most capitalistic country, when the economy is working, because the government get that manifest openness for allow people them for directly participate in the daily affairs. Because when they talk about democracy, it's not only about elections. Democracy go beyond elections. The daily interaction of people in society, the manifestation of democracy. Sierra Leone not get democracy right now. Lord left for life by ourselves. We are so divided by parties and tribes that you cannot call that a democracy. It's not only elections, it's the attitude, the daily behavior of the people, a part of the democratic behavior of the society. Democracy is a social action, it's a behavior. Elections are part of that behavior. We need the kind of education then day. And it's not going to happen tomorrow morning. It's not when you change electoral laws that people get the correct education. So this all to justify the reason why we need a government of national unity for take 1 or 2 years, then do intensive work, re-educating, going to society. Like first time, it's how some of who been they go, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, been get out broadcasting unit, then been get projector, then get screen, then get amplifier and all things, and they go village to village, Usai road been there, then they go play for the people and talk to the people, then educate them. We need to go back to some of those things. Not by going with those vehicles, but maybe find a way where people them in the rural area, then we're able for the CDOM, even term, then get a moderator, they educate them on certain things. We need all the education there because we don't infest with society with too much hate. Too much hate in Sierra Leone. That's why we need this transition period. But if una say enough for work, go to 2028. Some of us will not be there to sympathize with you, I swear to God. 2028, anybody can tell me. I say, okay, thank you, boy. Sorry. I told you. We get for be honest. We get for be honest with ourselves. We get for be honest with our fears. If we don't, then we're wasting time passing here on earth. Because let us ask ourselves a simple question. After you do all your life, what next do you have? You may want to go and spend your last days in your country quietly. I let you go, you get all the money. You are still not safe. You are not safe because with your money, other man and the drag, then go always find way for can hustle you and hustle you. You are still not safe because with all the money, if you fall sick, hospital not a work, you may die of reasons will not for kill you. Because you have to be transported to another country to go get treatment. You are still not safe because with all the money, if you go to an environment that is polluted, you're likely to be affected by that pollution. Because most of the pollutants, and they go the air. So it's on us. It's ethically on us. But make we take up the onus, say, we have to make Sierra Leone what we want it to be. So that everybody, whether it be SLPP, you be APC, you be NGC, you be RUFP, you be Mende, you be Kuranko, you be Loko, Limba, this and that, the Almighty will live and the Almighty will mix together. We tell some of who been a grow up with the primary school. The issue of tribe was never part of our consideration. When I go secondary school, I began to experience discrimination, but it was not about tribe. When I go university, at the first I began about tribe. One day, I get for can sit down now, a lot talk about the negative roles of the universities in Sierra Leone on the society in development and stability. I get for do a whole program on that. Other countries, then, the universities then get fraternities, but they're not a cause backwardness. Mr. Adams, I don't understand what you're saying here. Electoral justice doesn't have divergent views. Justice is not about views, Peter. You're correct. You're correct. You are correct. When I read the last part, now I understand what you say. Justice is justice. And electoral justice, if I may come in, it's not about the last election. It's not about Samura Kamara. It's about having the correct political principles, the correct political procedures, and electioneering instruments for make we get free, fair, and transparent elections at all times. At all times. If any time that is thwarted by any means, that means there was no electoral justice at that time. Because I see people and they take that word or that phrase for politicizing. Please, There are institutions all over the world that are concerned with electoral justice. There are big institutions like you get Transparency International, etc., where they concern about electoral justice. So it's not a word coined by a Sierra Leonean. Let us have this clear. It's a word describing a fundamental process that is involved in the election of people. That just shown a page. This institution are one of the biggest institutions we're connected with electoral justice globally, the International Foundation for Electoral Systems. One of the institutions this we're concerned with that. See, they're not to electoral justice, I can't sit down for discuss now anyway. National unity government, but it's part of it. It's part of it because during the last elections, a lot of things happened, and up till now as we speak, a lot of things have happened where they tell we say there was no electoral justice in Sierra Leone. A lot. Even the Elections Commission, when you go on the website, it indicates to you say there is no electoral justice in Sierra Leone. Because what you they see, we try for see certain data and are blank pages. How can a government and public institution, an institution of the people, put up a website to get blank pages? That they tell you say there is no justice. There's no justice. Anyway, Ibn Peter Dauda on they argue with Unale Fambo. That man, me not they see himself where they comment, but where they reply. I don't waste time on people whose prosperity was derived out of fleecing Sierra Leone. He is part of that generation benefiting from the loot of Sierra Leone. So he can say anything. Una left and no argue with him. We they talk out for make Sierra Leone for all Sierra Leoneans. And that's now we own concern. My concern here is Sierra Leone for all Sierra Leoneans, where we can have everybody getting what he deserve and due according to what he contribute. Everybody forget what he deserve and due according to what he contributes. And a society also will begin look at gender parity. Gender parity. One day, I get for come with a discussion on gender parity that we discuss them. These are some of the reasons why I say we need a transitional government, because it's like Sierra Leoneans don't know these basic things. So any Jack and Tom they can preach to them any kind of nonsense concept, they accept them. We need a period, if not 1 year, Lord, do intensive public education, civic education in Sierra Leone. Let us see what will be the result. Yes, sir, for the welcome, sir.
Good evening, sir. Mr. Jallo.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
I am very well, sir. Only that Salo not well, so we say for not get for be well.
Well, I don't know. No problem. I don't know that guy. That will be the doctor.
Well, now the doctor who can do so he left to.
And you know, you talk about. Let me give an example of
Right,
which we talk say tribalism. We don't see the institutions. Then I know the problem. Like as you said, the talk. Me say I not be know about tribalism until I go college. Which I go see to the point that we the lecturer they hold on. This at the talk at we fumble no easy. Say for big college, they get one exam. We can say that one blow then get. So Mr. Jallo, when I get something, when I get one test, when I get where they make the backup people. So then teacher they don't go hold on to one girl. Them the tribalism they spill over. So and not to know that tribe now the Timni man and the Mendi man.
Ah, well, then two people they we
Yes.
get only the log in the one does in
Yes.
the country.
So we don't know even the Timni lecturer. We don't know see Isabiwi. So the worker around Ross Road, we they come down. Now he come on a house. Now he come to me before we. Now he tell us una da lucky man there.
They go on not supporter.
No, we they hide. We they hide because we come far for can land. So let small thing like human business not come with education. We don't spend a lot of money. Now we should this myself. But that time they will be there with one we full of brother, we be say now we no more day together, tribalism no day, we just come out to only. Now we say, so this must have we. So Jalo, believe what happened. We the first intensify. Then given at the time say, now this time then they take the exam, the test. Now one test where the only test where they would make people survive for the big college, and then they that test they carry 40 marks. So they don't talk say in 1 month or 2 month time when I get the test. The team lecturer and I would do the paper where I talk about them they are. Instead of say when I after in 3 months. Tajalo. Then people just come on they say this the math teacher say when at the Mendi man, he said he didn't test this today. And you know change your mind though. People can get for struggle for letting get that 15 marks out of the 40. Because mathematics not like any other subject where you go just kind of more, you can't take it, you take them. No, you get for prepare. But luckily, the teacher or lecturer, he consider him brother them, he cancel the threat we threaten. Mr. Jallo, then can we go some side after that, then say initiation.
Now they take well the country, but
now they didn't go pull the country, now they didn't go take out. Me, I vex some kind of vex yonder. Then tell me, say, oh man, I say the best. In fact, I'm not gonna meet from politics again. If not, so no one do. I'm not give no consent to nobody for can't chook my finger for pull blood. Which kind of trouble is? So that didn't they get you from that when they make them fraternity then they for that place. They and calm down now. Now that in any continue. So today, if he inside politics, so now the same thing they can. Not even they talk so. Some people they talk say, no, to be man married many man. That they don't matter to them. When they kill themselves. Now so me can face in tribalism. We in Mona Misote, I run away from my brothers them even. I don't want mixed by this rubbish. Because me, I don't like anything like that. It's against my principles and my beliefs. How are the judge can I animal an institution of learning? I can't be turned this way. I'll be Tajalo. I'll first the card they talk so today. So where will they talk? Don't know. When we brother go call Jala, say the first time we they attack the north na machine being. I don't know if you know about that.
I know.
If be in a college, Namjala, now you dance. The people they can't dance, jubilate. Now it's what happening. They say because they don't go attack machine being. Sit tonight in the dance floor. The might go to the room, he cry. You don't understand why people will dance because they don't go attack the other side. Instead, he shock when you see this. Because he sad say the word in the country. We're not going to know other people will dance because they attack the other side. So If you talk about this topic today, the you hear me?
I
I don't
hear
know the
you, I
quietness.
listen to you.
If you talk about this topic today about national government or national unity, first hurdle we may foresee. First of all, who that go be the president? And when you
That
don't
will
pass
be
the
arranged when we don't cross the bridge.
yeah, that way you don't pass the I dey give you the example in Africa, which I not be woke. Now Zimbabwe.
I know
You know say
Morgan
Zimbabwe,
Shangirai and Mugabe. They
yes.
kill
As long
Shangirai.
as as long as they talk say this man na the president, that person dey he go use that name of the
But Kenya,
president for
you
over
woke.
Kenya now what they do? Now the law they reform. All that prime minister vision wey dem be do, e no work better. But now when they make the bold step now for reform the constitution, because the constitution it just people like we own way visit them, we give the president enormous powers.
But
So
even
now
for do that day, there had to be an agreement amongst the political parties. You understand?
it come on now. Yes, it come on now from because that not 2008 they make
Now
that first now the place.
2008.
Then 2010 then they reform the constitution.
Yeah. Then
So
I
it come on now.
them pass them because the reformation started before that.
Yeah, so no, they even make the bold step there because Salone, that man where sit down as state where they say na president, that name president. You know, say the presidency got autonomous powers. So then that name that they use. Remember, we have had coalitions before in the country. I could give the first example of the PDP when they go to Jankaba. Where is the election pass? Where is the election time pass? They don't count to the winning.
To the death of Temu Bangua.
Well, I know go. I just give example. Even this guy Usman Kamara, Tembongra would just be the name. The fire brand that time na Usman Kamara. The fire brand will be need behind the PDP. Where the fire brand that's Usman Kamara. So what you then do? How then done them? Then go set them up with one fuller man, one businessman. Then go set them up how? The man for go bribe them, they get a camera them, then get audio recording them. Usman Kamara. But all the much way they make, now go take bribe. We go take bribe, that thing come on, I don't know, for a lot, you get paralysis. Now they don't know.
Well,
So,
all of those things you should know when you are dealing with Sierra Leoneans.
yes. So they when they don't found that power, that coalition, the main thing we they want for do now for begin they pull the powers of the one they now it may force when they watch them even as Kurma do back. Jankaba back do because at the end of that, the tell when they make coalition to Jankaba, they will give powerful position ministry to the PDP. But it not even take 6 months, they make a reshuffle. They begin take them. They give them that Kalu ministry them. The same thing I and Kurma do. Where he give the Minister of Health, Soko Kabe on a PMDC, the next reshuffle, na less than 6 months, then give them gender and children affairs. So Salon will get the coalition, but for make it last.
Well, this now a transitional regime actually, not a permanent regime. And then they get certain terms of reference waiting for achieve. You understand me? And when you ask about who that go lead them, I say, Lord, each day we will cross the bridge. It is even possible that we will recommend having a transitional committee of leaders. Yes. A transition government, not an elected government. We can have a transitional committee of leaders. We give an odd number like a chairmanship, where you get 5 people or 3 people, something like that. We go there as the heads of state. We have to think out of the box to make Sierra Leone a better place. If you say, oh, they're not ever do them, well, not do them. Where genocide come, you go do them. This is what I'm telling Sierra Leoneans now. Sierra Leone is heading for genocide. If we continue how they go so, we go to 2028. After that, let Sierra Leone be prepared for a genocide.
I'll go to that. Wait, may I don't tell you. The other thing, what are the you talk say back when you see a government of national, all registered political parties.
Yes. They all for be participant. That not mean say then they elect them. But
no,
they
I know,
sit in a council who side and they decide certain things. Say, okay, this is what we want to do about the constitution. All of them should sit down and decide on what to do. This is what we want to do about the land policy. All of them should sit down and decide what to do. That time we don't get all the laws then they in place. Nobody know they can't deny say no to me. And we break the law, that time the law gets full power over you. You understand?
Yes.
The format will come. The first thing, now people then begin understand, say this is good for us. Now begin debate around that. Why should they debate? All man go count your idea. You go count your own, other people then come, we see what's in best for work. You understand what you have to say, sir? Now get the idea first out there to the people. Now see the reaction. If they want time, we go find a way for drive. They don't want time, now wait for 2028. And after 2028, let nobody not can go on on social media. I will tell you what. Yes, you can't be no one.
Okay. Because the thing why I talk about those political parties, them because not direct man them, not to politician them.
It no matter. During the transition, there will be provision for everybody to get a kind of emolument, payment, you understand, for your service.
Don't you make I talk about
and they come, let me just finish. And at that transition period, the control of the consolidated fund is not going to be in the hands of one man. For Sebamba, you go bribe the other one. But if you get drug lord behind you, when now one of which challenges again, we'll get for look at. Will that drug baron and the other ones in Sierra Leone allow a transition government? Because they will be afraid that if we have a government that is sober, they will kick them out of the country. So we'll get a lot of challenges. We need for take we condition seriously. Sierra Leone. Go ahead, sir.
So again, that's alone. I don't go thought those processes back. Then we'll begin to talk about the law.
I explain about that principle of doctrine of necessity.
Yes.
Now that they be used during that Lome Peace Accord.
Now that worried so.
Go ahead. Let not take the word of you.
Yes. Yeah, because this no they want we don't want to do this, because that time the way you talk about now, because alone in a state of strife, war, there was not going to be any more choices to take than you just follow that way. You see, because if you want to talk about laws or other things, then the war will continue. So that time they look like they were limited, what to do. Then just get for look, say, you know what? Let we make law end the year. Now so me see I'm that ending. But this one, they are comfortable. They are comfortable because now the law protect. About they don't go sign the national agreement for national unity for left the people the way they hold before election. They sign a move. Now we then kind of implement. They say according to the law. This lawyer na saloon na the problem. Not only in the constitution, we write about now that power. We didn't take them give one man. We make sure the other man don't know the work. America, we Trump them bam for making no go by election. Not only the Supreme Court come inside and talk say when I left this man.
Yeah.
Somebody go there na court say hey, no go na court. No, that is why the Supreme Court is. I mean, call Supreme Court. It is above everything. But if the court, nobody know they doing job. All man just they dance no behind this party.
Sometimes trouble go teach you in a salon before the
And even you talk again, say the rule of law, I mean democracy. Democracy, not na salon, they just take and say, now where you go vote. Like democracy. Democracy, now the rule of law. Where the rule of law is day 24/7. A day. All year round, a day. But the difference here back, the democracy when I talk about that voting are just one day.
now one day.
Yes.
So
But now what we
electoral
see,
justice, it is all the time, not a one day business.
not a one day business. But then I don't
Voting
say,
a part of democracy. Day-to-day interaction of people will make the all able live together. Now in the democracy, like Belgium, we been there, then get a new system, not so.
yeah.
Because they get problems about interacting with each other, they make sure say the small governments them powerful and stable. Not so?
Yes,
That's their own democracy. We can do the same thing in Sierra Leone. We can decentralize and make with districts or chiefdom then stable. We go take out all this national threat.
Why they looking for Donna? Because the power we then get, the power because they talk about democracy also, you forget democratic laws, Mr. Jallo. If you don't get them, okay, for instance, you don't make the law say every 10 years then you make census. You come over, you can't put say the president can declare census anytime. Let's say check now.
All the thing and the way they talk so. Honestly, if I could recollect the constitution where Dr. Peter Tucker make, and I can recollect nothing them in discuss in a parliament, some of these things then sound strange to me. You know what I believe? That transition period between MPRC and Tijan Kaba in 1996, then we give Tijan Kaba a duty for review the constitution. As short saying at that time and put them boga thing and the inside it. And they always think, say, how can you duplicate a constitutional provision? Say, this thing for be 10 years, but the president can call her every 5 years. Why the 5 years?
No, they don't even, they say he can call him at any time.
At any time. Why?
So he come out drink, he drink, he chuck.
You know,
Anything, so it
they
can
manipulate that constitution. Somebody manipulated it. Honestly.
It don't say Fatima, like, you know, Fatima not talk to her for 1 week. It told me.
Fatima, you want to go for Fatima, they run for presidency. When we president, you don't get for Gusano. If you think that joke, you go prove me wrong. He is going to run for presidency.
We don't say a long time. Long time, you know, they wouldn't talk about and say all these problems them. Now, because in the really country, but people do not believe. Now, you don't show people and see, Iminam. This, Iminam. Anyway, we'll left ready for another time. La continue on the judge, the word. You talk back, say, you say, Salon, the way things and looks like, say, they on the path to genocide. You know, Sajalo, the hatred with between them two political parties, they are.
It is deepening every day.
It's too much.
It's too much. And it's unnecessary. Let we say that.
Yeah, remember they say we then kill Samson. We then go kill him, demand he run away, just because they talk against government, they go kill him, he run away, then shoot him from the back. So one forum day, we have a day, then they talk about, they don't kill him. I asked them, I said, when I know see now, people begin, then go kill so. When I know see, he get mama, he get papa, he get brother, he get sister, they don't get wife, he get picking them. Na bad person they kill him.
Who
I tell
say
you,
bad? What's in the bad way do? They go kill you
wait now.
fambul one day.
Yeah.
If
Now
you
I tell
don't
them,
kill you
see.
fambul one day, what they call a
Now I
bad
tell them, see.
person?
The thing the boy and say that he do. It don't be enough for letting kill him. Oh, they don't prove I'm saying that's what he do. So tell you, all of the arrest when they go and arrest opposition them or the skuruma. Now because we didn't them forum then day. The only Jewish supporters the wiry. Now we didn't pass Balupa the other people them. Now they get them agitated.
Fine.
Not to say then they talk, they know they get a water, they know they get a rest, they know they get a nothing. But when you see they don't go catch, it makes them happy. It makes them happy.
They fine.
So I subscribe to that in a very huge percentage because when you look at the way politicians and behave, now that steam, hatred, now in they go down to the supporters them.
The
Today,
genocide in Rwanda took from 1958 for Apia into 94. We don't begin 2018. If we not try for do everything now for make we control.
I don't tell you, see, na ideology, na in the place. I don't tell you, say, this idea for split the country don't live for long.
Well, no split time. If that's the solution, the government of national unity can recommend that.
Few days ago, I don't know if you already done. Then they are say they don't count the project back for the airport between Bo and Kenema.
Let them be them.
Last week.
Let them be them.
No, the thing is that when some of we talk, they will look at we. They don't know out of experience.
At this stage, I don't care about people's opinion. I care about what's right for Salon. That's why I sit here and talk the way I talk.
No, what you mean I talk so Salon? The person when they do the things them, not the bad person. Now the one they talk not the bad person.
Well, it's fine.
You can do all the things the way you want to do, but the person when they talk
it's fine for
them. Now in the bad person.
It's fine for them.
So this talk here, it only for a long time, particularly the way APC we don't sit down na power for a long time. Now in this talk they say, and then they can watch back say, that time they say diamonds or the other things the most export they will get they come on at the south of the country.
That's the biggest lie people have been telling each other in Sierra Leone.
No, but that time they now because now so it will be say we talk about cash crops them now and that in the common.
Now they produce them. You know mean say they not able to produce them.
I know.
You know mean say Western area can plant cacao and coffee day. Now you get to create the environment.
No, you look at now European countries. Which European countries not the way agriculture is done.
No way they get palm tree now. If I tell people then that they're not going to believe. They get palm tree, then go outside and they plant them at the university. Then get all the trees of the world at the university. They created the environment. If I want for plant them things and then I go plant them. It's only going to cost me building a glass house and taking care and other things. So for say this is not a grown not a grown now archaic idea.
No, that's what they think because the future no they change or innovation no they come. Now yeah, where the weather cool. Then they make glass house, they plant the inside, not so?
Yeah.
Let them grow.
Yeah.
So you know what
Look, they show you now the geological map of Sierra Leone. You see them? The geological map of Sierra Leone, they inform you not only about the minerals them, but also about the soil types. And the soil type, now they decide the agricultural potential. You see this area along the coastway green so? This is now the coastal swampland. This area has an average width of 60 kilometers. And this area, if we try for tap into in potential, we can produce 11 million tons of rice every year on 2 harvests per year. But all of this not they happen because the people that were inside politics now idiots. Munku and idiots then I don't get that politics na salon.
Na the dragging, then come inside and
then Munku Amunku na make them they drag that way. Mister, you can then in politics, you create wealth, the country better. You they take the wealth from the place, you build institutions them with people the way trust. The institutions they employ people. This is how it is done in Europe. Whose side they know they do am not the world. Politicians take money from the public coffers, then they invest them. Then get them what and call them shell companies them. So that corrupt rich some of we politicians then are you go to Britain now they get the highest corruption. I know one calling it.
So I just talk because some of the things them when you make a talk so we in a salon this thing will get say even if because me I cannot get them problem in the way they do bad they can't tell human for instance say that human now this and this they do or that human now this is this they do. We hear them talk in the now would I tell you that person don't scatter we I always talk say not to that person scatter you now you will go for, perform the act because if you not go perform the act then no one can complain you. But Salon will get this belief and say the person we they talk and not the bad person.
Well,
The way they
fine.
do I'm not the way they do is not bad. So I give it a me no see
I
that.
know they deny you. What they talk so all I know. But you know what make her they say fine. Now then yeah would all left do 60 almost year would they like be elected. All other countries in West Africa they go before now. Sierra Leone no more, no they go before.
And in fact then they go before fast.
All other countries they go before now. We no more left be elected. Look, we
So
city, we capital city. That word where Donald Trump he talks Africa na shithole. Freetown na the shithole.
So tell look the east of Freetown. Not like any village. The only side go see ta grow na Bebure Road.
Even by Bure Road don't begin well.
Yes, because they don't make I don't need repair them.
It don't begin well. Ferry Junction,
Yeah.
so whole day and potholes them.
Yes, but you look we see go inside and they say go inside potty so the electricity na salon. That you day. I mean, why is this salon? Is up country?
Maybe up country clean past Freetown.
No, not the Mr. Jalon, the state of the houses and the street them. I go get street they will not get paved road in the city. I go get street them. A huge majority of the street now Freetown. They not get
Because we not get principles, we not get policies. If we get principles, we get policies, then they don't make the road, then put the water, then put the electricity before people then can build it. This is how it is done in Conakry. This is how it is done in Abidjan. This is how it is done in most other places. Then go down make the road. I like them not put coal tar. Then go down put water pipe. Then put electric cable before they can begin build that area. And when they build, all they go into the cost when they pay for them, not to free. In this part of the world, if they build a new street, the government they can make the streets, but after that, now on a business for repair them. If you build now from a main road, you get a side road. Now you for make the side road. If you put coal tar or you put stone, we go make sure say the place level all the time.
You believe say back the NPRs now they can make most of they can tar most of the streets in Africa. I don't know if you know.
Well, that program been there before they overthrow. I know about that program. I know about that program because that was the first injection of World Bank fund for repair the whole of Freetown, then repair the road between I call this place Masingbe to Kono. Then they repaired part of the Baibure Road where we make them be establish the first toll. If you remember, before MPRC overthrow, there was toll gate at Newton, Masheka, and Ferry Junction. I don't know if you remember that, Andy.
No, I don't remember that. Yeah.
Okay. That repairs where CSC been they do.
Yeah, I
That
remember that. Yeah.
Senegalese company. Then pavement where them be they put on the footpath all. Now project where been done approved before the NPRC took over. Not so then carry it more.
Well,
Now the coup
now,
been
so
delayed the implementation. That have been the first stage after them form SLRA. That be the first fund we come where then say for employ an African company, let them can do the inside roads inside the city, repair everything, then do everything. Even Bombay Street, Patton Street, then corner road, all them they repair them.
so they talk this that because we talk about this national unity government, and we can pull all the things the way we might hinder the progress of
I
that
know say the challenges
national.
then they.
Yes, you know, because as you know, like then there's a commentary them put. Don't forget the commentary them put about they were holding a power now. As it is, they always comment on national issues. Now, one person right say, you commander in chief, we did it. You don't get problem like this. I say, would I tell you say, now me God, the Godfather? Would I tell you now me
You see,
Godfather?
before they do, I saw you how they cut you off. You see, that's one other thing where make we need a government of national unity. You know, Tindu, people in the SLPP are so miseducated that the minute you try to tell them, say, this is not right, they classify you as APC.
But even the APC, they do am back.
May not be seeing that much doing APC,
You know, be
I'll
there,
be
you know, be
honest.
there, you know, be there that much because social media not been there like this.
Social media have been
way.
there 2011, 2013.
Yes, not to this, Mr. Jallo. Even the next government will get a hell of problem than now. The next government will get more problem than now.
Well, that's
now
why we need this government of national unity for clean the aid them, delete them program, they are not necessary.
Because if somebody can comment, somebody not talk in a vacuum, he put a point where now for let the country go before. You know, look at all of those things. You talk to no because that Monday we been do this year, we them pull and commodity say no good. Now you can't sit on there. I don't hold the power. Me say for do the worst. Now you make it good day. Where I reply the person now, you talk about this. Now you people are gonna abort and put go check how they live their lives.
But
If you
even
don't
them place then guys shall not do nothing there.
now
Now
make a
noise
try for
then they make no more. Swear to God, those
Mr.
areas
Mr.
have
Jallo,
not been improved.
Mr. Jallo, but this I say go
Okay,
na bond and put down. I say go na bond and put down. Go see the people that within the struggle for live
I swear to God.
every day.
I swear to God.
Una fish say if now politics will scatter na the country, say the people that only talk the same language, they vote their leaders. If you say una, then people go sit down, live in those houses. The woman go na Cameroon, Mr. Jallo, last this year they come to 2 years now, 2023. Now village you go. Where I say village now inside village.
They get electricity.
Yes, you get
They
water
get
there.
internet.
Yes. Now village you go, straight you go there. We it alone, somebody they come out abroad soon we go sit down na village.
Social media they talk. Paul Biya na Ulpa, don't say na power. Una no know what he don't do na in country. Una si don na get young man we all tell with Benkile Kikobo foot there na plane they fly.
Then people are here, they pass you by far.
I say Sierra Leone is the only backward country now in Africa.
Mr. Jallo, na Cameroon, prostrate, and they don't say you don't sit down by now for say kill somebody, easy. Then even the one that will come out abroad, we don't go establish the hospital in Cameroon. They are doing far better for take care of their health. Even though Africa will still think say for come abroad, but they are trying far more ahead of us. They're not the Like one my friend in brother die, they able to diagnose and say na meningitis kill him or na because of this medication they kill him. Salon, they know anything about that kind of treatment. When they go test Jesus, they say na typhoid or malaria. They go even
And
know
I
that
know the
meningitis.
common children, they tell people they got
Eh,
typhoid,
So
malaria.
those people, when even they go to Uganda, my friend married an Ugandan. When you go Uganda, when they talk, oh, Mugabe, they call themselves Musaveni. He said, man, they people need 10 times ahead of us.
Then one and they then stay in power, not to against the country, now for make the country. If Madabio in the make salon, for one time day for a long time.
Now
But
this
the
I
man
don't
is
tell
not
over and
doing
over.
anything for Sierra Leone.
Now this I don't tell over and over. I say for Africa, for Sudan power for a long time, it's very easy. People indeed don't get water for drink, clean water. So I make water
Give
for
them
them.
all them facilities, then they vote for you.
Yes, like when they go farm, where you know say 70% of people or 80% of people involved in farming, what do they do? Make farmer, then get tools there for farm. Then they get outside and sell their products. Then they get money, then go make them bondo, they go make them poro, they enjoy their lives. It would they back if one day. But if you go to them with comfort, it's excellency. Now for let the man turn his neck, na problem. You know,
I
able to turn his
wish
neck
that
again.
hypertension go care and go. Lord get peace.
Imagine 2020.
Because the man don't develop hypertension. But
You
they
know,
tell you now. We see and I see and say hypertensive.
imagine 2018 before that way they go sit down for they argue, they talk, they make now it's excellency there and another level. People know you see them thing and they say, you now you empower the politician, now you transform the politician in life. They don't look at it that way. When I begin to dance, forget what kind of problem. You look at where you didn't politics, where you didn't power. Politics actually now a tool for make you develop your place, your country. Not to say
Not
good in
only
politics
for
now.
develop your country. Politics is a tool to develop your culture and your technology. This is what the
Yeah,
Chinese have done. The Chinese culture don't they take over the world, not so?
yes.
And the political principles and they work through. But what you get for show the world? Really, what you get for show the world? What is the culture of Sierra Leone?
Backwardness. See, light no day. You know, my friend, woman want go na salon. Now he say, you know they go salon. Do you know they go salon? Now he say what happened? He say, if it's in a Belgium, they press the button, the ambulance come.
You have now foreigner.
Yes. He say you the way they from chic na ya so then sick there. You know they go na salon because go die there.
Well,
Nah. And he listen to a man he advise you. You listen to him. He say, yeah, you can just you don't know more. Oh, I make sure they call ambulance. You come or you can go hospital quick. He says alone. They never even get the way for test for nothing and the problem.
ambulance they self.
No, no. Say now you don't drive and care and go na hospital.
Hospital.
Yes, I go na hospital.
But
Why I go
salon then they put diamond per Okada. You know me see that thing. Inside Victor Fueton.
Okay, remember me.
All them all this now make a government of national unity necessary.
Imagine you can't go your Oyibo woman.
This Chris.
You
They
can't go
body
Oyibo
I
woman.
see them put them per Okada, then they ride with her. Other Okada, then they ride behind the say now Okada ride or then kill. Ask
Yeah.
suicide, Jimmy Babo.
I say where you can't go your Oyibo woman. Is it the ambulance, the Okada and the cam? They don't dress the man. They say that they say that demand I think and you can so. You know, could believe her. Anyway, I just say make we maybe just add me on Mr. Jallo for the topic I would say, well, the idea I find although think about the way tribalism was done at the country,
Well, now that
because
make all the idea fine, Pafodi.
the like now Rwanda, the genocide will be happen, like we talk, even be on the bill for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Hutus them, the Tutsi them, they get the superiority feeling over the Hutu them, where them occupy them. So they no rule, they no rule, they no rule, they no know so all man want taste power. So which
1958,
happen?
nine and out that Bahutu manifesto. Now
Okay.
the whole thing begin. 1958,
So,
remember?
So they gotta be work with Rwanda, Burundi, and they tell me. He said they always feel see them better pass than company them. And the Tutsi and the people you brought them back, they full up.
Now then, na full man there, na cow then they deal with you. No say na
Yeah.
full man there.
Yeah, you know, because they didn't look like the people the full man.
The people full man, the people Masai.
So now the Hutu then can't gain power. When they can't gain power, briefly, then they kill that president. That's back. See,
what we put power. When they shoot na that plane.
Abirimana, something like that.
But then they do and willfully for start the war.
They say na Kigami kill him. Now make the common power.
Kigami not been the inside.
No. It be the part of the rebel movement because they don't know who that kill him.
Yeah, but in the far east. Be the far east, be the close to the Uganda border.
According to the one the way we didn't do it that the one and them they say now make one left power.
I don't think so.
Because if you left power, they will testify against them, say it get hands in the killing of.
Use a third party agent. But the fact is that Kigami enforced them in they close to the border of Uganda. As a matter of fact, now because them get for take a long time for come reach Kigali, now I make that genocide being severe. Because the French were the people who actually should have stopped that thing. They were there.
No, not the Belgian them.
The Belgian and the French, they were there.
The many troops over there, Belgian troops. Yes, now they run away. They run away.
They run away, left the people, they let them kill themselves.
The Belgian they video on ground. I guess they say they get 2 Belgian police soldier man and they make them run now. Now only 2 people they kill from Belgium. Now they make them run. They left the people and they kill us.
That was done the above international community. Law not solve your own problem.
But let me.
I would only go so if we not try solve a problem. 2028 is going to bring a new crisis in Sierra Leone. Take it from me. And the level of hate and tribalism is too much in Sierra Leone. It's too much.
Just before I go, when you talk about 2028, I will want to talk back, say, but I didn't mention the tripartite. Mr. Jallo, tripartite to no tripartite to the only thing we go make Salon is better. We come up on this constitution there. Now we they make sacrifice or reform the laws them, particularly for take the power from the president.
Well, that's what the transitional national unity government therefore do.
Because I tell you specifically, the tripartite, because they know it, which the APC suffer from, now mostly from state power, now I make them include them and the tripartite as recommendation them. But now what they say because that law and they when they put on the tripartite recommendation, it touched on the constitution, then means they don't implement the tripartite recommendation like that without they no reform the constitution or review the constitution. You see outside the no can hold. That review constitution, I don't get wait now, I talk now say that review of constitution it not going to take place until the last year of Mother Bill. Where you don't enjoy the power. Like
the review of the constitution is one thing. what revision amendments and get for make na the key thing. The review is one thing. What is going to be there in the constitution is the key thing. We may end up with a constitution worse than what you get now.
No, it's not gonna be worse. The only thing we get for B, because I don't see their own point them. They're not much different from what the EPC we accept. The only thing they add they just focus on election. The only thing they add they say election forget a fixed date. Then add they add back say they can't talk say Peter talk say the people let me choose. Or I don't know the other man. This one. That one. It talks say the people and talk say they want PR. What do people know about PR when they go tell say they want PR?
Me no know. Me no know stem PR beginners.
All what you then talk way different from the APC. Now you get for do with elections. Then they focus all na salon now for win election.
Nine. I make a country now they go before. Because so the focus is only about elections. It's not about development.
Because the APC no say, then for reform that constitution before the election, it will be a problem. Now make them put because they don't put inside that tripartite say, not to the president, they appoint the next commission again. No. They don't put back say how the policeman therefore act and the policeman they will get for do with the election, no, then different, no, the one they let people ask the all they don't put them to task. But then talk say now, all of these reforms is touch on the constitution. So therefore, if we go side by side with the constitutional reform, now you make this thing go at its snail pace way. If APC not put their foot down, like when they put their foot down for this nonsense parent issue.
Well, not only APC, but for the way all Sierra Leoneans need for put their foot.
No, because I believe because them now they able to
the APC is a spent force. Now the Sierra Leonean the business for begin ask the necessary question, say the necessary things, let this change be. APC is a spent force.
I call the name because I then get the power for strangulate. If they want strangulate them today, then they don't get for go far.
But the people of Sierra Leone are able to strangulate a government. If they
because then they just go say back the law. Then talk the law.
Whose law? The Constitution said the sovereignty belongs to the people.
That one, Mr. Jallo, now document the rights, but then talk back.
It's not part of the Constitution.
They say
law. And I entrenched clause. You know the change how you want to.
For them. When you want come out now do the IG for give you permission for come out.
Not a matter of come out now do. This is where you people are getting it wrong. The sovereignty of the people is not in the issue of going out in the streets. The only thing where they stop sovereignty in Sierra Leone now this political tribalism. But if all the people of Sierra Leone sit down together, then say no to this we want, now this we want. There's no need for Comonado. The change they be.
No, because yes, that time we don't talk over and over now, yeah. This is what we talk about say the no need for Comonado. You know get for B. Because the political system, they sometimes say one side of the people, one side of the country, they don't have any problem with what is happening. It's okay. Because now man and did it, now thief man and did it. We the other part they say no. So it's not going to be possible. Because if not something like this, even me wife I tell them, we then start that Cameroon uprising. I don't know if you hear about the Anglophone.
I hear it.
We not. I say not for work because what happened? 90% of the people there, we in our friends and they talk, or 85%, they have no problem with the system. So we go quickly on ourselves, on our point, on our place, so it died down like that. Not to say be, that's what it be. But if this TR for BC, it come up from the other part of the country, go on the other side are the same. Like they tell them, when we hate APC before, na consensus, all man be glad. So easy. But if the other people in today they dance, they need a lower level relation, they need an affect the a party with right now forget.
I see a clip today where they say yesterday been a corner. there was full militarization for a party chairman election. Is that the Sierra Leone we want? And this party chairman election, SLPP, if SLPP get mind for militarize an election within them party, what if we say then go do a camper election with other political parties?
I think this is why they talk, see, if the APC is serious for contest the next election, therefore stand up as men. When I sit down no more, they say, okay, let's go no more. How we go do? We go.
I'm gonna pass. Then they pan dream. 2028, you know, go be like, boah. Other people go unleash violence naturally. All man they hide under bed.
So una go one for let mother you can account see that plane where have the take where I go pack am na London. Now this are they pay. I pack it for 1 week. Now this are they pay. They take out that money back. If it's the mother who want to map with that kind of disgrace, no go do them. You no go do them. So they have to stand up. Anyways, I get for the left now because I get for do the salads.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk Wednesday.
We'll talk on Wednesday, huh?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a nice night. Bye-bye. So, Fambul them, I hope you now don't hear the conversation me and Pafode. And I think say when I've been don't listen to the previous monologue on what we need for do for make we country stable. This talk, not a one-day talk. Now talk over for the talk over and over. And I talk where we want less stick in the mind of people. Because before they reach any agreement, I believe say a lot of people need to understand some of the technical things that were involved, especially like this electoral justice. When they talk about electoral justice, some man thinks, oh, now a faction in the APC led by Samuel. No, it's not. Electoral justice is about fair, transparent, and accountable elections and procedures for lead people then forget the legitimacy for take up governance. We therefore continue this talk and we therefore go on other platform them. We'll go talk this talk because it is necessary for make Sierra Leoneans all over the world begin consider say we need for look at a transitional period where we put all the legal, the economic, and other framework them in place where we lead we country for be a stable and progressive place. As we country this so now the most backward in Africa, we therefore be ashamed of that. We therefore be ashamed of ourselves. Would they all say we in Athens of Africa or West Africa? But look at us. Sierra Leone belongs to 8 million people. And now begin all that from today. Well, I thank you and good night.
Oh, what happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos. It's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe